So, next up we have Where the Black River Ends from the Lorn's Lure soundtrack, composed by Fracture. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, not at your own expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this ever, so I will be pausing a lot, as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take, so whatever happens. With that said, please don't request songs just yet. Let's do this. Where the Black River Ends. Let's hear it. Okay, so we start. This is really cool. We start with a very cool combination of white noises here. We have one layer of white noise which is kind of in the middle ground, and we have a layer of white noise that is playing as a bass. And on top of that, we are hearing that percussive sound in the background, giving us a very, very, very fun motif. It could not be, but it sounded like a motif. Motif, of course, being the smallest version of your musical idea, the essence from which everything else comes from. So, we have this, Thomas, goddammit. So we're having this, and it's very intense. It's very oppressive. I'm pretty sure this might have some subsonic into it. Some subsonic sounds. So subsonic is, once again, when it comes to the human hearing, we have a range of sound is measured in frequencies. Frequencies are measured in hertz. So subsonic sounds are those that fall beneath the hearing range of a human being. So a human being is built to have, I just hit my microphone, is built to have a range of 20 hertz all the way to 20,000 hertz. So, anywhere between 20 hertz, 20,000 hertz, that's what we're built for. By the time you're about 10 years old, this changes. Like, most people are going to have a range of like 20 to 40 hertz, down to all the way up to like maybe 18 or 19,000. Because as you use the ears, they degrade, and therefore the range goes up. So a subsonic sound is something that happens, is a sound that is beneath the 20 hertz mark. This is very useful for horror. So if you're making horror, there are some frequencies below the 20 hertz mark that you can't hear, but you can feel. And these sound waves can really mess you up. Like, prolonged exposure to them can in certain conditions can cause a panic attack. So you do gotta be careful with this kind of exposure. For example, one of the games that I saw that we experienced in this channel was Visage. Visage is a horror game, similar to PT, that kind of thing, and that game employs subsonics a lot. There was nothing happening on the screen, but the subsonics was there, just completely collapsing everything. And it makes you feel panic the longer you are with that. Do not request songs right now, by the way. You're just wasting your points. So, it could be what is happening. I just felt a really, really deep bass in this. Are speakers able to go below 20 hertz? Some can. Really, really good ones can. And depending on the builds depending on how things are, you might be able to use subsonics. You might end up having the overtones of it play out, or there might be other methods in which they are employed, like hidden behind the sounds of other things. So it can very, very easily be done. And sometimes, subsonic just that you can't otherwise hear. So you can really, really feel those. Let's see where this goes. All right, there we go. There we go. So we are having, and so don't. We're having this really really cool just ambiance. We're building very very slowly, and we had a hit of bass and drums. And it's one of those things. I don't know. Subsonics are no joke. Like, you can actually induce a panic attack with those things. It's like, if you want to feel like complete primal fear, just expose yourself. We did some LFAs on the game Fear and Hunger, and those employ subsonic sounds, and it has happened. So where the Fellowship encounters Balrog and the Fleas is exactly like that. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna have that kind of tense atmosphere. And now we had the bass with that drum at the same time, which is our first actual beat the entire track 24 seconds in. This is ambience music, atmospheric music, which will employ a lot of non-functional stuff. Non-functional in the sense that it doesn't follow the same concepts or practices as tonal music, like Mozart or that kind of stuff. But it does follow just feeling. Like, it's just entirely to enhance whatever you're experiencing. Let's see where it goes. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're having these almost Siren-esque, because this game gives me like very cyber machine vibes. Like, the artwork gives me a very cyber machine vibe. So being able to reflect that, then yeah, you have all this kind of stuff. And so, do the thing that men do when women leave you and just gamble away your points. Okay, so yeah, we're having this, and we're building up towards some sort, which could be the second hit of the thing. Let's see where it goes. Hook, no, run. Ooh. Okay, now we have the actual drum beat, and that was quite the 180. That was quite the 180. We now have a very fast drum beat, and we have those 3 hits of the original motif very very fast. This is the run cue in the game. Man, this is kicked in your face. You encountered some sort of monstrosity. It's time to start running. This is really cool. Let's see where it goes. Oh, it's such a good bass, such a good drum. And we are taking the same overall shape that those non-functional background white noises were having, and we're employing them now in the bass with this drum beat, and it's actually giving it a melodic shape in a very, very weird way. This is fascinating to see, because this is like, a lot of these are employing what we would call non-functional or atonal concepts, because that sounded pretty aleatoric to me. So aleatoric is a type of music. The most clear example of aleatoric music is Penderecki with his Threnody for the victims of Hiroshima. This is the full name of the piece. It is an incredible study on aleatoric music. It's something that I don't think you're going to be able to listen to for more than 15 seconds without a film in front of it. This is used, this piece in particular is used in the Children of Man film, in one of the most intense scenes of the entire film. So, aleatoric music means that it is random, but it's not entirely random, it's planned randomness. It's so that you're never gonna get 2 performances that are gonna be the exact same. So in the case of the Threnody for the victims of Hiroshima, you're gonna have the score that has, oh yeah, first violins. Play the highest note you can possibly play in your violin as loud as you can, and then just visualize this wave and just play the violin that way. And you're gonna have a section of 12, 15, 16 violins looking at that, and they are gonna just, each of them have their own interpretation, and as a result, you end up with no two recordings being the same, hence aleatoric, because even though it is composed, there is a random element to it that results in no two performances ever being the same. So that's what I thought was going on here. I wasn't expecting the composer to actually take these and start just using those as some sort of like melodic guide. As you progress through this crucible, the music is dynamically progressive, so you'll never hear the switch-ups there in the section. Okay, so these are sections of the game. So these are sections, these are split, and they loop in different points. There you go, let's see where it goes. Oh! Welcome back, ladies. 180 BPM, nice. So now we have the alarm bells going off. Just looping it. Yeah, like musically speaking, this is nothing too special. We are looping a drum beat. The bass is really nice. There is no snare. There is no snare right now. This has been entirely the bass drum. Which does have a psychological aspect to it, because usually when it comes to drums, and I know that some electronic variations, like some electronic styles, will not on purpose not employ a snare, but in most music that we are used to nowadays, you have a drum and snare. So not having the snare, that also makes you feel like there's something missing, and it will trigger that there's something wrong. So, yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, no, I warned you about the threat to the victims of Hiroshima. You're not going to be able to sit and listen through the entire 8 or 9 minutes that piece is. Not without a film in front of you. Because it's meant to not sound good. So everything was really, really well done. Ambient music. So this is the most jarring switch up when you encounter literal physical manifestation of a digital demon, and it wants your body. There you go. There you go. Okay. So yeah, its alarm's going off. That just means you have it muted, because yeah, no. So yeah, we are actually putting the snare at the end of the loop to give you a little bit of that. There's a lot of music in this style. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. No wonder there's so much wrong with people. All right, let's see. Interesting. Remind me to show you afterwards. Alright, now we add another layer of bass. And we added some triplets there. You could hear it, right? Like, ba-ba-ba-bum. Really, really cool, and it seems like we're building towards a drop. So, structurally, there isn't that much of a difference. We're not doing that many variations. And again, this is functional music. So in the game, you want to be able to have this because it's going to enhance the experience. For a video game, you don't need to have full-on development every single time. Having a loop that just plays in the background as background music, yeah, you can just not develop it. And the developments, like the variations here, have been absolutely minimal. Absolutely minimal. So there you go. There you go. The bass is getting louder. Yeah, we're probably building towards a drop. Alright, minute 2. We should be reaching the climax of this soon. There you go. I like that the bass is now doing a pseudo call and response to the alarm sound. Because the alarm sound is having its own rhythm, and the bass is changing notes as soon as the alarm is done. So a call and response is basically a musical conversation. Call from one instrument, response from another, and it's just going back and forth. And it's a cool way of doing this, because, especially because of how populated the track is. But that one beat where the alarm is not playing, the bass actually gets a little bit of variation, and it helps keep things relatively fresh. It's a subtle, small change, and it is making a difference. I like it. Let's see where it goes. Extra synth, playing that melody. Oh, nice, Jazz, nice. There we go. Yep. Basically just having that synth giving us a elongated version of the motif we heard at the very, very start. It's the same notes, more or less, and it's just adjusted for the rhythm. So elongation is just when you have some sort of musical idea and you stretch it to last longer. So yeah, no, really, really cool. Let's see where it goes. Triplets there. Oh, the drums are now accelerating. The drums are accelerating. The drums are getting more and more and more and more variation. Almost every repeat, which means there is more escalation going. I like the adding something different every variation, because it does help you. It does help you keep things fresh, even if it's something minor. And then again, it makes the changes feel a lot more subtle, which in a game, there's one thing about video games that is very tricky, because there's a very, very tricky balance to achieve with these. The point of audio and music in things like a video game or film or TV or any kind of visual media where music is a secondary thing is that your listener, your player, your watcher, whatever it is, does not notice it. They have to feel it. They only have to feel it while they're experiencing it. Like in the case of something like, say, Expedition 33, where the soundtrack is so unbelievably good, and, you know, we have all the repeated animations. You know, JRPGs have this a lot, that we're having insanely good music, and, you know, we are experiencing the same loops over and over again of gameplay, but then you go into the cutscenes. And during the cutscene, you actually have to switch your brain to be like, oh my god, let's pay attention to the music, because otherwise everything is built so that you don't notice anything. You don't notice the sound of the footsteps. You don't notice the sound of the clothes rubbing, the foley of all this kind of stuff. You don't notice the music unless you actually switch over and decide to listen to the music. That's when you know something is well crafted. And in this case, this is what I think this is going to happen. Because if this becomes an intense just chase sequence in a video game, and I'm hearing this, I'm not listening to the music, I am experiencing the music. And that is a very tricky balance to achieve. It's a very tricky point to achieve. And I think, I haven't even played the game, but from what Jazz has been describing on chat, I think this would achieve the goal. Let's see where it goes. There we go, more escalation, the synth is going higher up. Ooh, and we're having some rhythmic displacement, just what you heard over there. We got some of the beats just completely not going where we were expecting it to. This is really cool. This is really cool, because then it's, you know, you're getting unexpected stuff thrown at you. Let's just see. Ooh. Degrading a superstructure closes in around you. That's really cool. And now for the outro, it stops, and we recapitulate the start of the whole thing, and we just let it echo through, and oh my god, what an experience that was. That was really cool. That was really cool. There you have it. Man. That was fun. That was fun. I'm gonna have to Jazz, if you're on the Discord, link it on the games recommendation channel because I'm interested in this. So there you go. That was Where the Black River Ends from the Lorn's Lure soundtrack, composed by Fracture. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below in the description. If you want to request a song, if you're on the live stream, you can start requesting. If you are not on the live stream and you want to request a song, go to the Discord, link down below. Go to the LFA requests channel and follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to catch the streams when they go live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you or the full schedule, link down below. Discord and Twitch, they both have the full schedule in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. Games Are Basterd. We might be playing this in the near future. I don't know, but that's where we put the VODs of our gaming after shows as I catch up through a laundry list of video games that I need to catch up on. And the Games Are Basterd, link down below, or just search for it. James Are Basterd, same username, swap the J for a G, and you got it. And there you go. That was awesome. That was awesome. Where the Black River Ends. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.